Let's talk about changing hearts and minds, shall we? I like to say that people deserve a dignified off ramp from wherever they are to wherever we want them to be. And that's not just like a saying that goes on a magnet, it's actually really consistent with behavioral science. So let's talk about what the latest research says about what does and does not work when getting people to change. Durable belief change requires preserving identity, autonomy, and social belonging while introducing new norms. Research actually shows that when people feel judged or shamed, they usually don't change. Instead, they get defensive, they double down, they protect their identity. And when someone feels judged or shamed, that can activate the brain's threat detection mechanisms and stress hormones like adrenaline or cortisol. This basically means heightened vigilance and defensiveness. And if that judgment touches on morality, intelligence, group belonging, social status, or asking themselves, am I a good person? The brain goes into self protection mode. And that is where you get rationalizing, counter arguing, cherry picking confirming information. It can also lead to defensive anger, shutting down, or internalized shame, which is a change killer. It also makes the brain's learning functions like openness and nuance processing drop, and it motivates them to find people who validate them, and they become more rigid in their beliefs. Basically, if someone feels I am under moral attack, their brain is likely to start prioritizing self defense, status protection, belonging protection, and not listening, updating, integrating new information. But when people feel respected, even if they're being challenged, they're way more likely to stay open and reconsider what they already believe to be true. The reality is that people won't change if their identity is threatened or their status in the world will diminish. Most people want to see themselves as good people. If you threaten that identity, they shut down. But if you leave space for growth, they can move. It's kind of like, you know, that thing where when you want someone to do something, you make it feel like it was their idea? Same principle. For better or worse, part of our job as people on the right side of history is to make it inviting for others to join us. And if we want people to be more inclusive, we can't start from you're already morally wrong. We have to start with the attitude that says you're a good person with good intentions, and I'm inviting you to do something you're already good at, which is growing and learning. You don't have to be perfect to be welcome in the future. You are allowed to F it up. But to be clear, this does not mean that we're lowering our standards or selling out on our own dignity or validity. It means that we're just working to make change psychologically possible for other people. The reality is that sometimes you and I have to choose between the goal of being right or the goal of moving people. Yes, social pressure sometimes changes behavior fast. And yes, big moral moments can shock society forward. But if you want lasting change in someone's mindset, dignity usually beats humiliation. If we actually want progress, we have to give people a way forward that lets them keep their humanity. Which is why I like to say people deserve a dignified off ramp from wherever they are to wherever we want them to be. Thank you for spending time with me today.